So I've created a list of the top 10 books that I plan on reading in 2026, and I'm really excited to get to them. Five of those books are books that are right behind me on the shelves. They've already been published, but five of them are brand new books that are being published in 2026, and I am trying to break this mold that I have of just reading old books. I'm trying to get into new books. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at number 10. I've had this book on my bookshelf for years, and I've always wanted to read it ever since I saw half the movie back when I was in high school. And I haven't yet really dived deep into the world of pure adult romance books, but I was really enjoying the movie. The plot line that the characters were really going through was really captivating to me back when I was in high school. And because I've only watched half of it, I still don't know how it ends. I mean, I assume that they're gonna get together at the end, but who knows? Maybe the main guy gets a concussion from the bull riding, doesn't remember what, like, his whole love life. I swear that actually happens. I'm making this up on the spot, but I hope that doesn't happen. So much like the adult romance genre, I have yet to dive deep into the adult horror genre. And realistically, what better way to dive into this genre than with a classic? Most of my horror experience with books as of yet has been YA, zombie apocalyptic books, which I love, but I do want to branch out a bit. At the moment, I don't recall if this book is actually beloved or if it's just from a famous author. Like, I know that people like the story, like the character, but I don't recall if people actually like the book, if that makes sense. And like, thankfully, I haven't gotten anything spoiled from this book. The only things that I know is that there is, I think, like a high school girl who develops or has like these supernatural abilities, and I think because of bullying, I want to say because of bullying. I think because of bullying, she goes into this murder spree. But besides that, that's all I know. I don't know anything about any other characters. I don't know how it ends. So I'm really excited to get into this in October. I want to read it during spooky season. This is the year that I'm finally going to read these books. Everybody reads about these books. Like, everybody and their mom just loves these books. And besides watching the Shadow and Bone TV show and reading the first trilogy, I don't know anything. Like, I know who the main characters are, again, because of the TV show, but besides that, I have no knowledge. Thankfully, none of this has been spoiled. Um, but yeah, like, this is finally the year that I'm gonna be reading this. Okay, so I know that these two are two different books, but I'm still gonna group them together. I have seen the movie for Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I'm really interested in finally seeing how much more depth this story can have with the additional narration and stuff like that. I don't plan on reading Sunrise on the Reaping until after I see the movie. I do want to enjoy the movie as its own separate thing, and I don't want anything really spoiled from a story point of view when I watch the movie. So it's kind of the same thing where I'm gonna watch the movie first and then I'm gonna read it. That way I can just get more insight as I read. But I'm really excited about these because if they're anything close to the original trilogy in terms of suspense, character depth, and world building, what more can you want? So I read Legendborn the year that it came out, and genuinely it had me in awe. This book is honestly amazing. And I unfortunately have not read books two or three yet. And thankfully, also, I haven't gotten spoiled. Like, I know nothing about these books besides them existing. And one part of it is because I haven't been like chronically online with book talk recently, so even if people were actually talking about it or spoiling things, I wouldn't know because I'm not really checking up on that, which has been kind of a blessing. The same goes with any other book as well. Like part of the reason why Six of Crows hasn't been spoiled to me because I'm not on book talk regularly checking things. I feel like if I was, then things would be spoiled. But I'm really excited because Legendborn, honest to God, had me in awe, and now I have 3 books in total that I can just dive into. So those were the top 5 books that I am excited and I'm really anticipating in reading in 2026. Books that I already own are on my bookshelf, ready to go. Now, here's the top 5 books that are being published in 2026 that I also plan on reading. Alright, so I chose this book because two main things. One, it has this Romeo and Juliet aspect to it, two war sides pitted against each other. And again, you've got now two people who, because of geography, because of political, societal, whatever, are on two different places. They meet and they're compatible and they fall in love, and now they had to navigate this whole situation like that. Cool. Secondly, this book is written by the screenwriter of the first Hunger Games movie, and that's exciting to me because I really like the movie. I really like how it was handled from a writing perspective as well. So I'm really excited to see this screenwriter turned author because you normally don't see that. So the Celestial Seas caught my eye because for me, this book is really hitting the found family. I love found family, and again, depending on how the dynamics of the characters mesh together, that's going to be a really touching book, especially with how the premises and everything. But yeah, I mean, the found family, that is pretty much what is the driving decision of why I want to read that book. Also, it's in space, and I love space. But yeah, let's move on. To Cage a Wild Bird caught my eye specifically for the sibling aspect. One of the things that I like reading, or one of the aspects that I like in books that I'm reading, is if there's a not just actual family dynamic, but a sibling dynamic specifically, because I think that for the most part is lacking, or at least the ones that I've read in the past. Like with Hunger Games, the connection that Katniss has with Prim is such a driving force, and with this book, the connection that the main character has with her brother and the situation that he ends up being in, that is going to be such a driving force that I'm going to be rooting for the main character. I'm going to be rooting for the safety of the brother, and I'm just going to be really excited to like dive into that world. Oh, but then also again, it has this whole like romance aspect where like now the main character who's trying to save her brother then potentially falls in love with one like a soldier that is, I guess, I don't know if he would be the one that kidnapped, but at least he's on the opposing side, so that adds some conflict into it overall. All right, so this next one is called The Lies That Summon the Night, and I'm actually going to read you the synopsis that I have because that really is what really got me. So it says that it's a dark romantic novel set in a world where art is a forbidden sin that summons monsters. Okay. Following a fugitive storyteller named Inanna, who is forced to work with the monster hunter, Dominic, leading to a forbidden romance. And that this is the first book of this series. It features enemies to lovers, vampires, and a unique take on monster lore. And anything with magic anything with um, kind of like monster hunting or just having that type of a vibe to it, I dig. So I'm gonna be on that book. All right, and last but not least, I have a book called We Who Have No Gods. And again, this one written by Lisa Anderson. I'm gonna read you the actual synopsis because it was cooking. It was cooking, and I can't describe it out of the top of my head or I'm gonna mess something up. But this book is a debut dark academia fantasy novel. Um, it actually got published in January 2026. So if you're seeing this, it's already out because it's like almost mid February when I'm doing this. But it's about a human woman named Vic Woods, and she has to infiltrate a secret society of witches to protect her magically gifted younger brother Henry. And like I said earlier, books that have that sibling aspect, come on. And then what else? What else? What else? So he's been recruited by the society. It also features a witch slash hunter romance, dangerous rivals, and a plots involving a secret society called the Acheron Order, set in a world where magic exists and the dead must be kept at bay. So yeah, that whole thing, that's going on my TBR. Like I'm gonna be on that. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. So yeah, those are the top 10 books or and series that I plan on diving into this year. So if you wanna see the coverage for that, because I'm gonna be covering those books, go ahead and make sure that you're following. If you have read the first 5 books that I had mentioned, let me know what you think. If you want to see reading vlogs for them or like a separate review video for them, let me know. But other than that, that's all I got. Thank you for watching. I'm excited to get to these. And if you want to buddy read any of these, I should have on the description my what's it called? What's it called? I just recently downloaded Pagebound. I can go ahead and link that. But yeah, thank you. Have a good night.